Hello everybody, welcome to LilyLuLou. If you're new here, my name's Karen, I'm the Junk Journal Geek, and I'm here today to show you my offering for Purple Poppy's monthly challenge. Oh, that was a bit difficult to say. If you haven't watched Claire's channel, I will leave a link to the video with her challenge offering in the description box below. But basically she started I think it's going to be a series last week where she's going to issue a challenge each month that we can take part in if we wish. And she was making I think the challenge was to make some music related ephemera, and thinking about a song, a specific song. And she said it can either be a song that, you know, it's one of your favourite songs, something that's stuck in your head, or something that drives you mad. So as she was making her piece, she was using playing cards and bits and pieces, and the song that was just going through my head as she was making that was The Shape of My Heart by Sting. If you have been here for a while, you will know I am a Sting and Police fan. And so I'm going to have that as my reference song. And Claire was using CD cases, which obviously very relevant with music related ephemera, but I don't have any of those. And I was going to make my own. If you look back on my channel, you will see that I have done that before. But I had this envelope lying on my desk, so I thought I will use it. Literally just opened a bank statement and I thought I'd use this. So while I was eating my lunch, I just ran some tea bags over this just to knock back the white a little bit. And I'm going to cut this down to the size I want. Now I'm also using playing cards, and I want this big Ace of Hearts, because we're talking about the shape of your heart, to go in the window here. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to have it. I might have it like that so you can see that. I might have it like that, I don't know. But I need to cut this down so that I will be able to use this in a journal. So that's my first job. I have gone over this quickly with my heat gun, but it's still not quite dry. So I'm hoping that it's dry enough to work with, and I'm not just going to tear the paper, but we'll see how we get on. So let's just try and square that up a bit. And what I thought is I would make this into some sort of pocket for a journal, and I'm thinking that we might pop it in, you know, just stuck down on three sides, so then will be a double pocket. You can put something in it and something behind it. So let's just wing it. Let's just go with the flow and see. We have, just trying to work out. So it's roughly the set. Yeah, that'll be close enough. Just trying to get it roughly so there's the same amount either side of the window, but I'm not going to stress about it too much. So I hope you're all well. So I've got another little piece of envelope left there that I can use to make another pocket. So I'll put that on my pile of things next to me. And obviously we're going to have to seal this up. It's going to go around that way. So I'll seal it at the bottom so we can use it as a side pocket. And then I'll stick it in on three sides, and it will be used as a top loading pocket as well. So I'm not sure how well this playing card is going to stick to. And I was going to stick that to the window, but now I'm thinking I might actually stick it to the back of the envelope instead. I think that's what I'll do. so let's do that first. No, let's not do that first. Before I do that, I'll explain what I'm doing. As I said, I'm putting that behind here. And then I've got out, in the song, the lyrics are, he may play the Jack of Diamonds, he may lay the Queen of Spades, he may conceal a king in his hand while the memory of it fades. So I got those out, so I thought I'd hide the king at the back. It's not really hidden, but you know, and I'd pop the queen there, and I was going to pop them on there as well. Oh, see, guys, just as well I've looked at this, because I don't want to hide my heart, do I? I want to pop them on somewhere as a tuck, so maybe they're going to have to come off the bottom. At least that will add a bit of interest, won't it? But what I do want to do is do some stamping around the envelope first, so that the background isn't as boring. Now, I thought I had, what did I think I had? I thought I had a background stamp that was like music paper, but I've looked all through my stamps and I don't, so I must have been dreaming. So I've pulled out, oh, sorry about the noise, this is really, this particular sheet of stamps sticks really hard to the backing sheet. Should have pulled it off before I started, sorry. So I'm looking at this stamp and I thought I'd try and just get that bit of music there. And then I've got on this sheet, let's hope these aren't stuck as fast, I've got some music related bits here, so I thought I'd use those. Yeah, they're not quite so bad. I think that's the only ones on there that are music-y. Yeah. So, block. Let's just do a bit of that won't quite fit on there. Will this one be wide enough? Might be better. Let's have a look. At least I thought about a rough idea of what I was doing before I started. Actually, if I just put that part on there, that will hopefully help me just print the bit I want to print, or stamp the bit I want to stamp. She says, oh dear, this is my vintage photo distress ink, and it is a bit worse for wear. Just turned it upside down to stamp this stamp and it's fallen off, so I don't think that's going to work. I don't mind if it's not, you know, perfectly stamped. I just want, as I say, a little bit of background, just a bit of interest in the background. Let's try this one. Carrying it. If it fell out the first time, it's going to do it again with a different stamp. Changing the stamp's not going to make any difference, is it? What a numpty. Right, let's grab a piece of paper to put this on in case I go off the edge. Let's have some fainter ones up the side. Oh, very faint. Didn't quite mean it to be that faint. do. Don't need to go mad. Right, so that's just a little bit of interest in the background. And let's see what I'm going to do with these. Now, I want my heart in here. Maybe I'll pop that like that, and I might just cut that edge off. I want these sort of like this somehow as a tuck spot, but I'm thinking I need to do something on this top card. I don't want this picture on here. So I was thinking I could perhaps put a little bit of, what's this? Music paper on there, and then maybe find a heart somewhere. That's what I was going to do, was look for a heart, and I forgot. So I might have to go away in a second and find something heart-like to use. Yes, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to have that hanging out, and cut it off. I don't know how well this will stick because it's shiny, but because I'm using art glitter glue, I'm hoping it will be okay. So we've got that there, like that. A little bit wonky, but never mind. Should we chop that off? So that's my background. Let's seal this up. And then while I let that dry, I am going to pop some music paper on here. This is to sort of signify the fact that we are thinking about a song here. I'm going to take that little bit off the top there. And take that off there. No. Need to take a little bit more off of that edge. And also, I do not have in my stash of crafty things. That's a bit wonky, but I don't mind that. I don't have a heart punch. You know, a punch that punches out heart shapes, which I'm quite surprised at. And I don't think I have a die either. Now these cards are quite old, but I'm just going to give them a little bit of extra around the edge. These are my Isle of Wight playing cards. I'm not sure if you've seen them on camera before or not, but this is not a full pack. So some of them have been sent out in curated cash boxes, and I was quite surprised to find I had the cards I wanted left, the ones I had in mind to use that refer to the song lyrics. So yes, I have been a fan of the Police and Sting in particular since 1979. Showing my age there. My first year at secondary school, I discovered the Police and I was immediately hooked. I was a big fan. I absolutely loved them. Never got to see them in concert as a teenager, and then they happened to reform and tour around my 40th birthday, so my hubby took me to see them, and I was absolutely terrified that I would be disappointed. But I wasn't. They were just as good as I expected them to be. Just wondering exactly where to put this. And Claire also did, I did get out my alphabet stamps, because she stamped the title of the song as well and put it on her piece, which I intended to do. Not quite sure where that will go, because now I don't think I've left enough space really, but we'll work it out. We'll see what happens. So that's roughly how I want my piece. I'm just going to pop you on pause for a moment while I find some sort of heart. I want to put a heart on here. Be back in a sec. Right, I'm back again. What I did while you were away, I've just stamped out the title of the song, Shape of My Heart, because I thought you really don't want to see me doing that letter by letter and fiddling about trying to get it in a straight line. And I found I've got a little box of these wooden, I don't really know what they are, embellishments, I suppose. And they're just this colour, you know, plain colour wood. So I've just inked that with my gilding polish, you know, that I love to use on everything. So that's what I've got. So I'm going to pop my heart on there, because I think if I'd have just left it the plain wood, it was too similar to the paper. So I thought I'd pop that on there. I'm just wondering if it needs anything else underneath it, but I think it's okay. And this was the edge of that piece of music paper that I tore off, the plain edge. So I used that to stamp the words on. So if we pop the heart on first, and this is really light wood. These are really light pieces, so it's not like it's going to add a lot of weight to the ephemera. Oh, where's my tissue? There it is. Just got a touch too much glue there. And then if I angle these correctly, you won't see the pictures on the underneath. So let's put a bit of glue on all those. Get them where I want them to be. Oh, I've moved my heart. It didn't stick very quickly, did it? Let's hope it stays on okay. Now I think, let's just leave that for a second to dry. This should just about fit on here. Yes, it does, because I don't think we'll really have room. Should I put them that way? That way? That way? Just trying to decide what looks best. Yeah, I was going to separate the words and put them. Actually, I'm just thinking I could probably do that. I'm being reckless here. I could have shape of my heart. So let's stick these down. Now I was going to try and stick these so they can act as a tuck spot, wasn't I? So where do I want the glue? Down there and along there, I think. And then we'll have a little bit of, just a tiny bit of ink on these word strips. Got ink all over my hands now. Just wondering whether they would look better on there. I think I want them like that. So are we going to stick with the art gliss? That might as well. I don't think I've got my glue stick out at the moment. And I will also link in the description box to the video of this song on YouTube, so that you can go and have a watch or listen if you would like to. Oops. Oopsie. There we go. So that is my Purple Poppy monthly challenge for this month of music ephemera. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you're taking part in the challenge, and if you are, I can come over and have a look at what you've done. And let me know who your favourite band or singer is. So we have a tuck spot here, we have a pocket here, and this will be stuck down on 3 sides to be a pocket at the back as well. So we've ended up with a triple sort of pocket going on. So I hope you liked that. Thank you, Claire, for issuing the challenge. I enjoyed that. It was running around in my head the whole time I was working on my other projects for the last couple of days. So I'm glad I've managed to finally get to it and get it done. Hope you like it. Take care, everybody. I'll see you again soon. In the meantime, enjoy your own crafty time. Bye-bye.